Cuban cigar. Actually, no. It's just a Cuban Rounds, the taste of Havana. I think it's like not a real Cuban. I don't know. Are we still like not on like trading terms with Cuba? Isn't Castro dead already? All right. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Evening Cigars with James. I'm James, and no, the show hasn't changed. Yes, I look dirty as shit because I got done work. Such a miserable fucking day today. There we go. Now I'm complete. So, what are we talking about today? Well, I want to talk about, continuing my last conversation about masculinity, from the last time we were talking about Steven Crowder versus, Ethan Klein from, H3 Productions, and, the whole fiasco of Ethan telling Steven, don't think about it, bro. Just don't think. Just trust the science, bro. And the intellectual laziness, but also like what he said about him carrying a gun. Not just carrying a gun, having a gun holster with a gun in it, and smoking cigars, and tissues, and Ethan Klein not being funny and just going for the straight old reliable thing that every liberal, every woman, every weak man with a vagina, or poo poo pee pee penis and vaginas, poo poo pee pee, women with dicks and weak men with vaginas, we're complaining about it. Every time you have a gun, it's like, oh, you must have a small penis, oh, you have a big truck, you must have a small penis. It's like, oh, you have a fast car, you must have a small penis. Anytime you have something cool, they always say it's a compensator for something else, like a dick size. It's like, maybe I just like sports cars, you fuck. Maybe, can you, alright, fine. Ask the guy in the Honda if he has a big dick. Ask the guy in the Prius if he has a fucking swinging dick between his fucking legs. If he's a black man, but then again... Oh, funny story, I want to talk about that before I get into masculinity. About dicks. One time I was at a stand-up, and... an open mic stand-up, and there was the one black dude in the group. Like, there was a bunch of white dudes, a bunch of white liberal dudes, white... And I mean liberal because... between the way I look and the way they look, we're completely different, but... And... each one of those guys, I got done my bit. I didn't talk, and all that shit and all that. But I didn't talk about the dudes. No, I think I was by myself, but everybody was commenting about making a joke and making this one black dude super uncomfortable about his penis. And, he finally came up and talked about it. His name is Andrew Thomas, and, it was the funniest fucking shit. I was like... why do, white men talk about black men's dicks in an inferior way? It's like, oh yeah, look at this guy. This guy has a big black dick and my white small penis. And it's like, you do realize you're putting more pressure on the black guy, right? When you make claims about a big dick, and it's like, the black dude's like, unless he's secure about his penis size, and he's just like, he's probably doing the whole I hope they don't find out that I'm just the same size as an Asian person, but I don't know. We're so finicky about penis size. It's like, first of all, and it's also coming from men too. It's just such a juvenile thing. It's like, first of all, do women have that deep a gap? That deep of a gap, they need a big dick that size. If they like a big dick, then they're either a whore or somebody who just enjoys looking at bigger dicks. Well, let's be honest. Men like looking at big ass and big titties. Okay, so, but also just alright, it's an impressive size, but let's be honest. It's, how much are you going to fit in there? I was actually listening to a Reddit thing, and they were talking about that, and they were talking about, and this is how this video started. They were talking about why girls' dildos are so huge. And really, in reality, it's not about how much they can stuff in there, but the handle. Basically, the handle to get it in and out. They like the male, but it's just when they need to masturbate, it's they need that extra length to hold on to the damn thing. You know, I don't know. It just kind of makes me laugh. So, but back onto masculinity. Back onto masculinity as I'm smoking a cigar. Sorry, I have to keep a puff because I have a motor mouth. Oddly enough, this is the place where I almost got arrested. So, for making a movie with guns. Because I'm not one of these fucking people who makes like the independent art movie about somebody like, oh, I have a love story, and it's like, no, just make something fun. And that is the topic I want to talk about today, and that is masculinity and machoism in movies nowadays. And the lack of machoism and masculinities. And before you say anything, take a look at every movie that's came out recently. Female lead, strong independent woman that don't need no man, a Mary Sue, always capable, always right, always doing perfect, always special and perfect in every way. The males in every movie are dumb, stupid assholes, misogynistic, dumb, and I'm not talking about the white men. The white men, you know, you can say, well, it's just only the white men. No. It's also the color. Excuse me. Is that an offensive term to say colored or people of color? It's like the rainbow people, and I'm not talking about the gay people. Okay, fine. Okay, black, white, Hispanic. Okay, let me justify this. Black, white, Hispanic males. Those groups of people I'm talking about. Hi, Pam. You know, black people, white. You know, black people, Asian people, Latino people, especially Latino people. If there is a male in that movie, they're either sensitive to the point where they're just agreeable, or they're just either feminine and all that stuff. And honestly, it's the same. It's kind of obnoxious because men, and I mean this too. I don't give a shit if it's Wesley Snipes or Sylvester Stallone, or you know, Carl Weathers, or I'm trying to think of another good action lead. Idris Ibel, I can't pronounce his goddamn name, and they saved my life, but you know who I'm talking about. Idris. I don't care if it's Dwayne the Rock Johnson or Kevin Hart. We like watching action dudes. We like it. You know, why do you think a lot of people like watching Schwarzenegger? Why do you think people love watching, you know, him just say those one-liners shooting up people, you know? Not just shooting up bad guys, I should be more specific. You know, my favorite one from Total Recall, honey, but we're married, and just shoots Sharon Stone in the head. Consider this the divorce. Hi, Pam. It's just fun fucking lines. Just fun macho bullshit action, and you know what? It's not bullshit. You know, I'm tired of saying it's action macho bullshit. It's action macho beautiful art, because we love that. And especially, like, you know that scene in Predator, the epic handshake? That whole movie is one big love letter to The Expendables is, but Predator is too, but it's also this next step in the challenge. Because the reason why that movie exists was because of Sylvester Stallone's Rocky. Because he already took on a Russian. The next logical step would have been an alien. And that was a joke. People were like, no, he's not taking on an alien in a boxing match. So they made a movie called Predator so that Arnold Schwarzenegger can go in the jungle with Jesse Ventura and the rest of his, his commandos to fight this thing. Well, they didn't fight him in the beginning. They were set up to do an assassination, so. Isn't this a fun discussion? I'm just talking about the male genitalia and stuff like that. I will recommend a little short film that people should check out. And it's really funny, but I'll mention it at the end of this video. And yes, I'm drinking sparkling water. It's and a lot of people may be wondering why I'm not drinking a beer, or I drank one, or soda, and that's because I can't do soda anymore. I've given up on sugar, so that's the benefits of the carnivore diet. You feel fucking awesome. You don't feel like shit anymore. And I've given up on vegetables too. Not all of them, but yeah. But we need those action heroes back. We need those kind of movies back. And I feel like even in the independent scene, we need those kind of movies back. Like there's so many people out there that could be the next Schwarzenegger. Like, that's the reason why I wanted to get into film school. Like, I got into film school. One was to make my Resident Evil movie. Two was because I love the film art. I love the film industry. I love the ins and outs of it. I love how movies are made. I was an extra in Creed 2. And honestly, I loved every moment of being there. I was nervous as shit because I didn't want to fuck anything up. And the reason why those movies are so expensive to make is because it's not because of the actors. They get paid a lot of money to make that. It's also the fact that the cameras, the prop, I'll talk about the prop setups in just a moment. The camera, the dollies they're on, the tracks, everything that goes into making movies. That camera cost more than my life. It cost more than, it cost $10,000. I can't afford that. And I heard that price and I'm like, don't fuck up dreams. And it was like, you know what? I'm just keeping cautious and stuff like that. I'm in the movie too, so look for me. I'm in 2 scenes. I'm in there's a scene where Creed's getting introduced and he's in his old dad's fighting boxers. His old dad's shorts and all that stuff. And I'm screaming, knock his teeth out, Creed. I don't know, he's fighting. I'm not sure if he's fighting Drago's son or not, but that movie was awesome. And I got to be above Sylvester Stallone, and that was so fucking awesome, being in the same presence as him, and just hearing his voice. It's like, he does have a deep, growly voice, and it's like, oh. And Dolph Lundgren, too. Let me be honest about this, too. Dolph Lundgren needs a little bit more respect than he does. Yes, he's played Drago, but he's and Gunner from the Expendables, but the Punisher movie. I don't care if you're not a Punisher fan. If you're a Punisher fan, I'm sorry, but that movie's pretty fun. It's just basically Dolph Lundgren just mowing down criminals. Let's be honest, that's kind of fun. Or Red Scorpion, another fun one. Or Big Trouble in Little Tokyo, another good one with Brendan Lee. And yes, he gets into a sword fight with Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat. I forget the actor's name, but forgive me. But my God, we need more macho movies. We need more macho men in movies. And again, they need to be written more as men, not as these sensitive types. And also women need this too. Women need macho men as well. They need that men. They need men. Doing my best John K thing. Another video you should look up where John K is it's like he's behind the scenes at Nickelodeon, and they go to John K and he's like, I'm making cartoons for men. He's just doing an impression of what the fuck's his name? Kurt Douglas, which another macho man, and granted, the situation with John K, I'm not talking about him, I'm talking about Kurt Douglas. But we need those guys again. I mean, we have new guys out there to begin with. We have minus Sylvester Stallone, who never gives the fuck up, and I appreciate that. He makes getting old seem okay. Just take care of your body and all that stuff, but never back down. The dude, that's the thing I love about Sylvester Stallone, but I'll get into that in just a moment. And yes, I'm going over the edge on this one, but we need those kind of movies back. We need those kind of macho. And we have these guys out there. We have the Michael B. Jordans. We have the Chris Pratts, Chris Hemsworth, all the Chris's. Even Chris Christopherson. I'm making that joke. Minus Chris Evans and who's the other Chris? There's a third Chris and I can't remember his name, but I know Chris Hemsworth, but we need those guys back. We need machismo. We need machoism. And I'm not saying just blind macho bullshit, because people don't get this. Like, the movie Commando is about a father saving his daughter. And you see him being sensitive. Yes, the feeding of the deer thing is kind of cheesy and all that shit, but it's just, women like seeing that too. They like seeing men being men. And yes, if it means interacting with the children, like playing sports, like throwing a football, or, playing, guns or wrestling or something. Like, guns is a game you would play. You would take like a Nerf gun or a stick and just pretend to shoot and be in a war or something like that. And so it's like, that was guns. So that was my thing. Or swords with my nephew. Like, I haven't done that in a while. Or playing video games, like interacting, something macho. Like, you know what I mean? But we live in this day and age where that's not, like, Hollywood is just pushing this feminist propaganda, and it's surrounded by these women who are miserable as shit. Which is an irony. Speaking about the movie Creed 2, I saw a woman who was well endowed, and let's just say she had big, huge tracts of land. And she was wearing a t-shirt that said, "The future is female," and I'm like, am I a sexist for looking at the t-shirt and trying to read it? Like, I'm reading the t-shirt, but I'm also like, yeah, I guess the future is kind of female when you, like, plaster it over your, your D cups. I'm just saying. Oh, God, I am such a villain. I don't give a shit. I really... And then, speaking about good father. Good father right there. But, yeah, I mean, we need machoism again. We need tough dude. I'm hoping that's... No, yeah, it is. We need Hercules. We need the good men back. We need Rambo. Which, by the way, I love Sylvester Stallone, and I gotta check out the last Rambo movie. We need the macho men back. We need manly men back. We need the burly men back. This is why I want to get back into film. This is like the major reason why I'm going to try to get back into film. It's because I want to make movies like Stallone's movies. I want to make movies like Schwarzenegger movies. And don't give me this bullshit, oh, you can't make movies like that anymore. Fuck you, you can. It's that same argument of, oh, you can't make Blazing Saddles nowadays. Yes, you can. You just need 3 things. You need to not give a fuck, you need the balls, and you need to be Mel Brooks. Or just be in the spirit of Mel Brooks. Close enough to him. Understand his style of comedy, and understand why those movies worked over something like, say, disaster movie, date movie, epic movie, movie, all those dumb fucking, or Meet the Spartans. Do you know why Blazing Saddles, Spaceballs, Dracula, Den Loving It, and even though it kind of tanked, but it wasn't that bad, Robin Hood Men in Tights worked? They focused on what they were spoofing. They were parodies, and I use the word parody because people don't understand people don't understand parody. They're mocking, those movies. They're making fun of the Western. They're making fun of science fiction. But they're keeping it a story, and a consistent story with characters. Like Barf. Half man, half dog. He's a Mohawk. I want to know, alright, cool. Lone Star. Robin Hood. A Sneeze. A Chew. God bless you. Bert. I forget Gene Wilder's character's name in Blazing Saddles. You remember these characters, Lily, you remember these characters. And by the way, why is Blazing Saddles not allowed to be on that, can never be made again? If you were to take that same premise, it's about a black man who becomes becomes a hero, a folklore legend. If you were to tell that story seriously about that, would have been awesome too to see. About a gunslinger, about a black, railroad worker who retaliates against his, shitty bosses who almost got him killed, becomes a sheriff of a town. yes, the town rejects him because they're calling him all sorts of bad names, but he comes in and saves the day from a brute, slays a Jezebel, fights corruption and all that. Think about that. That could be made today. Hell, you could make a serious version of, Blazing Saddles about a black cowboy. Why not? They done it in Django Unchained. The remake of Magnificent Seven. Sorry, I have to puff this like a madman because I keep talking way too fast. I keep talking way too much. But I think that's the issue too. And we just need to get this is why I want to get back in the film, and I want to talk to all the filmmakers out there, all of them, anybody who's watching this. Let's get together. Let's make an independent movie and make it a fun action movie. And hell, I want to act in it. I don't care if I get I want to be like a main, maybe I kind of do want to be an actor. That's the truth about me. I do want to be an actor, but I want to make those movies that do matter. The movies that a guy like me or my dad or my brother would come home, from a long day of work and just, cook a dinner and then pop in like RoboCop or Terminator or, Total Recall or an 80s action movie or a 90s, a movie we've seen so many fucking times. I want to make, but we love every fucking second of it. Every moment, every line, every sentence. I want to do that again. I want those movies to come back. They don't make movies anymore like that. Most of them are just garbage. And bring back the theater experience too. So fuck yeah. I say bring it all back. So yeah, that's all my theory about that. Again, I'm talking to all the filmmakers out there. I want to hear what you got to say about that. Also, a little funny story. No, I'm gonna keep on puffing on this before my beaker. The video I was talking about, the little short. It's a short animated movie because I was talking about penises. So, the short little animated movie is called The D and David, and you know what the D is. So it's basically about David, and the opening starts out with David. He's standing there doing the David thing, and all of a sudden the art starts criticizing his man size, his let's just say his size. He gets mocked and all that stuff. There's a little scene in there where the Mona Lisa looks and gives him a little smile, which I think it indicates that she doesn't mind and kind of enjoys it. Like, all right, it's not that bad. It's not that small, David. I got your back. And so then he starts running away out of the art museum, and all the art's reacting him, stuff like that. And then he runs into a knockoff Gap, and I'll let you watch the movie. I will let you watch the short, but it's pretty funny. It's called The D and David, so check it out. Yeah, and that's the end of this video. It's 25 minutes long, but fuck it. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care, love you, and bye-bye, and peace. That is all. Peace out. Okay, I can't do, I really couldn't do, Styx Hexen's thing. Or Razor Fist. God fucking speed! I'm Razor Fist. God fucking speed. Alright. Alright, I'll come up with my own. Till next time. Peace.